Writing at college needs something called referencing. This is the first movie on the subject, and maybe print out the text version beforehand so you can add notes as you listen. So what is it? It has different names like quoting or citing, and it means using someone else's work or words in your essay, and you should be doing this a lot. So here, this information is from something you've read and used in your essay. Then next, you need to add a reference. This shows where you got it from, so which book, website, etc., and it refers, hence the name reference, back to your bibliography. There are different reference styles to match your bibliography. For example, Harvard, APA, MLA, and MHRA. And you need to follow whichever one your college wants and use their guide. But let's go back to why we quote or cite and how to do it, and leave references till later. So first, why? Because you want to use other people's work to support your points and so make your argument stronger. Or in fact the reverse, you have no clue about the subject and your point is a result of other people's work, what you read. So let's look at this in detail. Here is a point you make in an essay on advertising, that it is maybe not very influential. Why do you think this? How do you show that your point is not just rubbish? Because you found this evidence by someone who is probably better informed than you, as she has written a book about it. She has actually done research that shows how limited advertising is, so that is a good way to support your point. So now, put it in your essay. So next, how? The most common way is with an indirect quote or citation, sometimes called paraphrasing, which means rewrite the information in your own words. So here is your point, and here is your paraphrase of Professor Robin's work to back it up. Compare it to the original. The words have changed quite a lot, and for practice and advice on exactly how to do this, look at the paraphrasing unit. And last, put in the reference in your preferred style to show where it's from. Another way to put information in from sources is with a direct quote or citation, which means use the original words, which is less common. With direct quotes, you have to be careful with punctuation, so let's look at this in detail. First, use quote marks around your quote, double or single. APA and MLA normally use double quote marks. Harvard and MHRA normally use single, but colleges often have their own preference, so just be consistent. But use a colon and indent for quotes of 4 lines or more, in fact like this one, and forget the quote marks. Next, square brackets. Use these to add a word. You do this to make the meaning clear. So for example here, they is a bit confusing. So add what it means, i.e. advertisements. And use 3 dots, or 3 dots in square brackets, to do the opposite, to show a missing word or words. So here, this phrase has been left out, as it wouldn't make sense in your essay. And lastly, think about language. So to introduce your quote, avoid words like says or thinks. Use a whole variety of verbs like here. Plus, after the quote, you might want to make the significance clear or conclude a little, with phrases like some of these here. In short, really use your quotes, make the most of them, show why you are using them. That's it for the basics. Learn how to fit quotes into sentences and how to make a reference in the next movie. And improve your quoting and referencing by trying all the exercises.